1. The invisible trap that steals your future. It doesn't shout. It doesn't knock on your door. It simply waits, quietly. And each day, while you're busy getting by, it steals a piece of your future. This trap is invisible because it's everywhere. In the way people speak, in the advice they give you, in the jobs they tell you to take, in the dreams they subtly teach you to let go. You don't feel it like a prison because you can still move, work, smile, scroll. But you're not really free. This trap whispers things like, "Be grateful you have a job. Don't aim too high. You might fall. Just be realistic. Money isn't everything." And before you know it, you've built your life inside a cage made of just enough. Just enough to survive. Just enough to not be broke. Just enough to never question it. But here's the truth. No one enters the You Are Rich List or the XRP Rich List by living in just enough. They saw the trap for what it was, a beautiful lie, and they chose freedom. Your soul isn't here to play safe. It's here to expand, to live in full clarity, bold decisions, and wealth that gives you time, peace, and power. But first, you must see the trap, because what you can't see owns you. 2. Why most people never realize they're trapped. Because the trap doesn't look like failure. It looks like comfort. It feels like stability. It wears the mask of normal. Most people don't see the trap because they were born inside it. From a young age, they were handed a script. Go to school, get a job, buy a house, work hard, play safe, retire late, hope it's enough. That's not a plan. That's a lullaby designed to keep you asleep. The system doesn't need you to dream. It needs you to comply, to pay, to obey, to repeat. So people call the trap security. They call settling maturity. They call fear of growth wisdom. And when someone dares to step out, when someone says, "I want more, I choose wealth, I believe in XRP," the world mocks them. Why? Because when you step out of the trap, you expose that the cage was always open, and that terrifies the ones still inside. You Are Rich List? XRP Rich List. These are not just financial groups. They are awakenings. They are a different set of rules, played by people who refuse to stay asleep. If you're still waiting for permission to want more, this is it. You were not born to be average. You were programmed to believe you should be. But that ends the moment you see the bars. 3. The signs you've fallen into the trap. It doesn't take chains to be imprisoned. Sometimes all it takes is a comfortable routine, a slow death disguised as responsibility. How do you know you're in the trap? You say things like, "As long as I can pay the bills, I'm okay. I'm not greedy. I just want enough to get by. At least I have a job. Others have it worse." You wear struggle like a badge of honor. You fear change more than you fear staying broke. You joke about money, but deep down you resent those who have it. You scroll, but don't build. You work, but never own. You wait, but never prepare. You feel something's off, but you silence it by saying, "It's just how life is." No, that's not how life is. That's how the trap wants you to believe life is. Here's the truth. If you settle for less than your potential, you're trapped. If you've stopped dreaming big, you're trapped. If you've convinced yourself that wealth isn't for you, you're deeply trapped. The You Are Rich List doesn't start with money. It starts with awareness. A decision to say, "This isn't all there is. I was meant for more, and I will not die in this cage." The XRP Rich List is filled with people who saw these signs early and walked the other way. Will you? 4. The You Are Rich List thinks completely differently. They don't think in terms of survival. They think in terms of freedom. They don't ask, how can I afford this? They ask, how can I build something so I never have to ask that question again? While most people trade time for money, the You Are Rich List trades ideas for income. They don't chase paychecks. They build value. They design leverage. They think long. And most of all, they think for themselves. They don't blindly follow financial advice from broke people. They don't wait for government plans or pension checks. They don't scroll through hours of content looking for a magic coin. They study. They execute. They reflect. They own their future. Where the average mind sees risk, they see opportunity. Where the world says, that's too much, they say, that's what it takes. They know the trap is not just about money. It's about mindset. It's about time. It's about clarity. The You Are Rich List protects their energy, chooses their circle carefully, and says no more than yes. They don't buy things to look rich. They build things to be rich. That's the difference. That's the gap. And that's why most never make it in. But once you shift your mind, once you stop thinking like the trapped, you're already halfway there. 5. The XRP Rich List moves without permission. They didn't wait for CNBC to talk about XRP. They didn't need Wall Street's blessing. They didn't ask their broke uncle if it was a good idea. They moved. Early, quietly, boldly. The XRP Rich List saw what others ignored. While the crowd was busy mocking, they were studying white papers, tracking liquidity corridors, understanding utility, and buying when no one else believed. They didn't follow the hype. They followed conviction. You see, the average person wants permission to act. They want confirmation. They want someone to say, now is the right time. But by the time the world gives you permission, it's already too late. The XRP Rich List understands this. They understand that wealth rewards speed, not comfort, not consensus, not waiting. They buy when others are afraid. They hold when others panic. They research when others distract themselves. They live ahead of their time. And while the masses laughed, doubted, hesitated, they positioned themselves. They knew XRP wasn't just a coin. It was infrastructure. It was disruption. It was global finance being rebuilt from the ground up. So no, they didn't ask if it was okay to act. They acted. And now, they're the ones the world will ask, how did you know? 6. The trap of distraction and delay. You wake up. You check your phone, you scroll more. You tell yourself, just 5 minutes. Then it becomes an hour. You respond to messages that don't matter. You click on news that doesn't help. You watch content that doesn't build you. And when the day ends, you're tired. But you haven't moved. That's the trap. Not chaos, not crisis, but distraction, packaged as normal life. The trap is not that you don't have time. It's that your time is being stolen by things that keep you average. You delay the real work. You say, I'll start next week. Now's not the right time. Let me just finish this one thing first. But those delays are dream killers in disguise, because while you delay, the XRP Rich List is acting. While you get distracted, the You Are Rich List is building. While you scroll, they scale. Distraction is not entertainment, it's anesthesia. It numbs your hunger until one day you forget you even had it. And delay? It's the lie time tells you before it runs out. So ask yourself, how many silent days have passed, where nothing changed, but you told yourself it was productive? That's the real danger. And the only way out is to wake up and reclaim your hours before they bury your future. 7. Ask these 3 brutal questions every day. You don't need more motivation. You need more honesty. Every day before you check your phone, before you waste another hour, look in the mirror and ask yourself, 1. Is what I'm doing today bringing me closer to the You Are Rich List? If not, why are you doing it? If it doesn't build your mind, grow your assets, or protect your freedom, it's not neutral. It's destruction in disguise. The You Are Rich list lives by alignment. Every action moves them forward. Every yes is strategic. Every no is powerful. 2. If I keep living like this, where will I be in 10 years? This question hurts, but it heals. Because the trap is slow. It rots your future one day at a time. And 10 years from now, you'll either thank yourself or curse the version of you who stayed silent. The XRP Rich List didn't get lucky. They got clear. And clarity comes from asking the questions most avoid. 3. Who benefits when I stay broke, distracted, and afraid? Think about it. Who profits when you don't act? Who gains when you delay? Who stays powerful when you stay small? The system wants consumers, not creators. Followers, not owners. Spectators, not builders. But the moment you ask this question, you take your power back. These 3 questions are not gentle. They're not comfortable. But neither is being stuck. And if you ask them every day, with ruthless honesty, you won't need more motivation. You'll move, because you can't afford not to. 8. Choosing the unpopular path is the key. If you need applause, you're not ready for the path. The You Are Rich list is not crowded. It's quiet. It's lonely. And that's exactly why it works. The road to average is full of traffic. Everyone's on it. They laugh at the ones who turn away. They mock what they don't understand. But those on the XRP Rich list, they walked away. They chose ridicule over regret. They chose clarity over comfort. They chose unpopular truth over sweet lies. You will not be praised for thinking different. You'll be questioned. You'll be doubted. You might even be hated. But here's the paradox. The more alone you feel in your decision, the more aligned you probably are with greatness. Don't expect your family to get it. Don't expect your friends to support it. Most people are afraid of the mirror you become when you rise above what they settled for. Choosing XRP before regulation? Unpopular. Thinking long-term in a world addicted to dopamine? Unpopular. Saying no to comfort so you can build wealth? Very unpopular, but necessary. The You Are Rich list isn't a fan club. It's a decision, a lonely one, but the kind that echoes through generations. So if you feel out of place, if you feel misunderstood, you might already be on the right track. Stay there. 9. Massive action is the only way out. You can journal. You can visualize. You can watch every wealth video on YouTube, but if you don't move, nothing moves. We live in a world drowning in information but starving for execution. Most people think their problem is not knowing what to do. No. The real problem is, you already know, but you're not doing it. You want to be on the You Are Rich list? You want your name on the XRP Rich list? Then you must stop dipping your toes and start diving in. Buy the book, take the course, make the call, study the charts, send the email, open the wallet, cut the excuse, burn the delay. Because while you're thinking about it, someone else already did it. And they're 5 moves ahead. You don't build a new life with hesitation. You build it with massive, intentional, repeated action. You don't wait for confidence. You build confidence by acting scared and doing it anyway. Every day you don't act, you reinforce the cage. Every small action you take, you weaken the bars. No one drifts into the XRP Rich list. They build their way in, one decisive move at a time. So here's the truth. You're not stuck. You're just still. And stillness doesn't create freedom. Movement does. 10. Final message. Name the trap. Smash it. Never look back. You know the trap now. You've seen it. You've lived in it. You've pretended it wasn't there. But today, you don't get to pretend anymore. The invisible trap is no longer invisible. And once you see it, you only have 2 options. Name it, or stay in it. Call it what it is. Fear. laziness, comfort, approval, excuses, delay. Whatever it is, give it a name. Because what you can name, you can confront. And what you confront, you can crush. You don't escape the trap by talking. You escape it by acting, by smashing the patterns, by rejecting the default life, by refusing to be average one more day. The You Are Rich list didn't get lucky. They got intentional. They got uncomfortable. They got moving before it was cool. The XRP Rich List didn't wait for guarantees. They built wealth while others built reasons. So here's the final message. Name your trap, smash it, and never, ever look back. This isn't motivation. This is memory. Because one day soon, you'll remember today as the moment everything changed. And when you do, welcome to the list.